Yeah, we are live, right? Yeah, good evening, guys. It's a very important day today for Indian football. As we all know, India takes on Kuwait later today in a joint World Cup and Asian Cup qualifier match. Uh, it's the third round of the qualifiers, and it's extremely important that we do well today. But there's another reason why today's match is exceptionally important for Indian football, and that is the legend Sunil Chhetri's retirement. It's going to be his final match in India's colours. And before we move ahead with the conversation, let me introduce you to the panel today. We have Pritish as usual, and we have a special guest today with us, who is also an ardent Sunil Chhetri fan. We have Muskan with us, who is also part of our team. Hi, Muskan. Welcome to the live.
Hi. So,
So, yeah, before we jump in with the conversation, everybody who's watching this live on YouTube, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to our channel. We've recently crossed 100K followers on YouTube. It will be great if you could add to that. The next target is of course 200K, and then onwards and upwards from there. So everybody who's joined in today, please give us a like. Drop in your comments. We'll be reading comments and taking questions as well, and subscribe to our channel, most importantly, for all the latest updates around Indian sports. So let's get to it then, guys. So a little background to today's match. I mean, it's an important match for India, like I mentioned already. So what are you looking forward most to, Pritish? Let me start with you for today's match, apart from the obvious, of course.
Yes, that obvious needs to be India's obvious also today, because we have already termed it the last dance. So what I expect, what I want to watch is a last dance from Sunil Chhetri in international arena, because it's been years. I think 2 decades now. It's been 19 years, and there hasn't been a man more reliable than, uh, you know, than him. So yeah, so all I want today is just a couple of goals. A hat trick would be, cherry on the top.
This would be probably a great time to mention this really intriguing stat. So those of you who are watching us live, you'll be glad to know that Chetri has the unique record. I think he's probably the only one who has this sort of a record, who scored in his first 25th, 50th, 75th, 100th, 125th, and 150th match. Today it's going to be his 151st, if I'm not wrong, and if he can sign off with a goal or a couple of goals or a hat trick like Pritish mentioned, there'll be nothing like it. So let me bring in Muskan to the conversation now. So Muskan, I'm sure you're a huge Chetri fan. So what are your thoughts on tonight's match?
बेसिकली एक तो सबसे आज इंडिया के लिए मस्ट विन मैच है एंड सेकंड सुनील छेत्री का लास्ट मैच है तो लाइक पूरी इंडियन फुटबॉल टीम और आई थिंक पूरा नेशन यही चाहेगा कि ये मैच आज इंडिया जीते सो फीफा के लिए भी काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग चांसेस हो जाएंगे नंबर 3 पर आ जाएगा इंडिया और एक है कि इंडिया में मैच है तो कहीं न कहीं प्लेयर्स को वो एक ना क्राउड का सपोर्ट मिलेगा और एक ही गोल होगा कि सुनील छेत्री के लिए करना है लाइक जैसे हम बात करूँ मैं सचिन ने 24 इयर्स क्रिकेट के लिए किया है सो सुनील छेत्री ने 19 इयर्स कंटिन्यूअसली उन्होंने दिया है सो आई थिंक वो एक अच्छा फेयरवेल डिजर्व करते हैं सो डेफिनेटली यही प्रे करेंगे कि आज सुनील छेत्री के लिए इंडिया जीते
बिल्कुल, लाइक मुस्कान मेंशन्ड, आज मैच कोलकाता में है, and I am from Kolkata, so I know a lot of my friends are going to watch the match today. I am in Bangalore right now, unfortunately, so I can't go, but I know a lot of friends जो अभी जा रहे हैं, जो of course अभी तक तो पहुंच गए होंगे. I'll be getting all the messages, all the pictures on their Instagram, and I'll be feeling jealous. सो या दैट इज देयर एज वेल कि इंडिया के पास ये मौका हमेशा नहीं होता कि प्लेयर का लास्ट मैच होम मैच हो एंड एक बेफिटिंग फेयरवेल मिले उनको क्राउड से, बट आई गेस ही इज लकी इन दैट रिस्पेक्ट. So coming back to Chetri's retirement, so just a few numbers to throw and a few important dates that we could mention about Chetri. As Muskan mentioned, unka career has been spanning for more than 19 years now, almost 2 decades. My earliest memory of Chetri would probably be him in a Mohun Bagan jersey, because I'm a staunch East Bengal fan, and when they signed a young I think he was 17 or 18 at that point. They signed Mohan Bagan. They signed Mohan Bagan signed Sunil Chhetri, and I remember he was signed by Shubroto Bhattacharya, who there's of course वहाँ पे एक और story बन जाता है कि he went on to become his father-in-law. He went on to marry his daughter, of course. So that was the first moment I remember of watching Sunil Chhetri, watching a picture of him in newspapers or on the TV on news or something like that. So what are you guys? What are your earliest memories? If I start with Muskan, सबसे पहली memory सुनील छेत्री की.
ऐसे तो मुझे याद नहीं, बट है ना, जब एक बार सुनील छेत्री ने एक वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करा था, इंस्टाग्राम पे पोस्ट किया था, एक नॉर्मल सा वीडियो था कि क्राउड के लिए कि आप प्लीज आइए हमें क्रिटिसाइज कीजिए बट मैच देखने आओ।
हाँ,
सो
सात
वो
आठ साल
मोमेंट
पहले आई
मैंने
थिंक.
अभी का वो मतलब अगर सोचें कि इतने से टाइम में सुनील छेत्री ने कितना चेंज किया सिर्फ एक वीडियो पोस्ट करने से, मतलब उन्होंने ऑनेस्टली जो भी उनके माइंड में था वो उन्होंने बताया। तो वो हिट हुआ था कि नहीं यार, जितना हम एक इंडिया में है ना क्रिकेट को सपोर्ट करते हैं, सेम हमें फुटबॉल, हॉकी और जो भी अदर स्पोर्ट्स है उन्हें भी उतना ही मतलब एक उसी तरीके से देखना चाहिए। तो मेरे लिए मतलब वो पॉइंट जो था, जब वो मुझे बहुत हिट किया था कि लाइक उन्हें अपील करनी पड़ रही है कि आप आइए मैच देखिए। तो और अभी देखें तो लाइक टिकट्स नहीं मिल रही होगी कोलकाता में, मतलब एक होता है ना कि टाइमिंग के अकॉर्डिंग सारी चीजें चेंज हो गई है। तो मेरे लिए ये सबसे बड़ी मेमोरीज है।
बिल्कुल. प्रीतिश.
I think मेरे लिए 2008 AFC Challenge Cup. I think that was Tajikistan, if I'm not wrong, and India was playing in Delhi. Delhi में ही खेल रहे थे. So that hat trick, I think it's still fresh in my head, and I think that was, अब होता है ना कि you look at someone and you're like, okay, this is the person I'm going to follow. So that happened with me in case of Sunil Chhetri, and I think he's the only reason I'm still following Indian football. And I don't know what will happen when he retires today, and will I continue following this team or not? Not sure about that, but yes, I think that hat trick was the first, very very first memory of me watching Sunil Chhetri.
We'll come back to that point. What the future holds for Indian football once Chhetri is done. But like Pritish mentioned, a very important landmark in Chhetri's career would probably be the win against Tajikistan that he mentioned. August 2008 it was when he helped India qualify for the Asian Cup for the first time in 24 years. We had last qualified 1984 में. So 24 years later we qualified and he scored a hat trick against Tajikistan in the AFC Challenge Cup final. उसके बाद he qualified. So then from there he went on to go abroad. Of course, everybody knows he was, I think, the third player at the time, third Indian footballer who went abroad. He signed for the MLS side Kansas City in 2010. Did not quite work out. It was a World Cup year. I remember he signed, and there was a lot of eyeballs raised कि इंडियन फुटबॉल वर्ल्ड कप में चाहे ना हो बट वर्ल्ड कप के टाइम पे अच्छी खबर आई है ऐसा कुछ. आई रिमेंबर अ हेडलाइन ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट. But unfortunately, that stint didn't go as per plan. He came back. He then went to Sporting Lisbon in Portugal, and he played for their reserve side in 2012. Again, not a very successful stint, but once he came back, uske baad se, I think he had the best spell of his career in my opinion. Which brings me to my next question: which version of Sunil Chhetri would you pick, Pritish, as in a particular duration or for a particular club? Because for me, it would probably have to be 2013 to 2017 when he signed for Bengaluru FC and he had that stability in his career, I think. क्योंकि उससे पहले he was moving around a lot. But then Bengaluru FC happened and that romance started with Bengaluru FC, which is still continuing till date. And yeah, so Pritish, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, definitely he had some low phases, some really high phases. He hasn't been doing really well for Bangalore in last couple of years. So I think, but I'll pick Sunil Chhetri for India. Like that whole those 19 years. Why I'll say that? I'll say that I have my reasons for it. I mean, Sunil Chhetri. If you look at stats wise, I'll go a bit into stat. If you look at that, Sunil Chhetri has scored a total of 37% of Indian goals. So you can imagine in a history which ranges from back in 1948 to till 2024 we are talking about, that person has scored 37%, and all the next number 2 scorer, number 3 scorer, number 4 scorer, number 5 scorer. If you
Single digit.
tally that, if you tally all of it, still they are just one goal ahead of Sunil Chhetri, which I'm very confident he'll cross it today. So I mean, Sunil Chhetri for India, definitely. I mean, that is the best version of Sunil Chhetri for me.
Muskan, you mentioned that interview, not an interview, that post that he made on Instagram and Twitter. I think this was around 6 years back, asking people to come to the stadiums to support the Indian team. एक और ऐसा वीडियो था which I think went viral just before lockdown when Sunil Chhetri and Virat Kohli interacted. That also showed a different side to the person, right?
या आई थिंक वो दोनों बहुत अच्छे फ्रेंड्स हैं एंड उनका दिल्ली का कनेक्शन है. सो एक है ना विराट सुनील को चैम्प बोलते हैं. सो एक जो म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट है वो दोनों में काफी अच्छी है और एक है ना बेंगलोर कनेक्शन है दोनों का. सो वो लाइक सुनील छेत्री ने और भी प्लेयर्स के साथ, मुझे याद है मैं लॉकडाउन के टाइम एक सबसे बड़ा एंटरटेनमेंट वही होता था कि उनके वो देखे वो किस तरीके से एक उनका अदर साइड दिखता है कि आप एज अ एथलीट एज अ प्लेयर के अलावा वो किस तरीके से कॉन्वर्सेशन करते हैं. और
I think Muskan might have a little bit of a technical issue. Pritish, anything else that you would
टीम
might
में
like
मैंने
to add?
अभी एक क्लिप देखी थी वो नो क्या
Yeah, Muskan, go on. We lost you for a second there.
या तो वो मैंने उनका देखा सुनील छेत्री का और दोनों की बॉन्डिंग काफी अच्छी है. सो अभी तो विराट वर्ल्ड कप में है बट वर्ल्ड कप खेलने गए बट डेफिनेटली अगर वो इंडिया में होते तो आई मस्ट से कि वो ये मैच देखने जरूर जाते. बट ऑल इन ऑल सभी का सपोर्ट है एंड सभी सारा मतलब एक है ना पूरा इंडिया चाहता है कि आज का मैच सुनील छेत्री के लिए या मतलब इंडिया के लिए जीतना काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो एक उनका 19 ईयर्स का जो उन्होंने स्ट्रगल है जो एक हमेशा वो यही कहते थे कि मैं जैसे रोनाल्डो है वैसे ही मैं इंडिया के लिए करना चाहता हूँ. बट एक होता नहीं कि एक वन प्लेयर कहाँ तक जाएगा. सो वही कह सकते हैं कि एक फेयरवेल डिजर्व करते हैं.
बिल्कुल. Couldn't agree more with that. So speaking about Sunil Chhetri and his importance to the Indian side, I think there has been moments from the past where he has come up with clutch goals, and every time India has needed him to come in, he has delivered. Also, guys, for those of you who have joined, we have a little surprise for you. We have another teammate with us who is live at the Salt Lake Stadium as we speak. So he'll be joining us on the call and he'll show us a little bit of the ambience in Kolkata in the stadium right now. So Shudipto, we're waiting for him. Yes, there he is.
Hi, Shai.
Hi
So
Shudipto.
I would like to show you what is the atmosphere right now at the Salt Lake Stadium. So I'm
Yes.
sitting at the media tribune, and so I would like to show the scenario at the moment. Just need to flip my camera so you can guys see it. Can you guys see it?
Yes, we can. The
So
teams are warming up,
So
I'm
at
guessing.
the moment, Indian players and the Kuwaiti players are warming up, and so fans have started pouring in at the ground. So that is the
How
atmosphere. And yeah.
is the crowd significant today? Is there a lot of people there?
So at the moment, it is not even half full. So, and I just want to know that there will be two giant tifos on the two sides of the stadium. And so it is now 6:21. So before 7 o'clock, before the kickoff, so the stadium will be packed with, I mean, around more than 50,000 fans. So we are expecting that. So at the moment, it is not even half.
Yeah. People are still trickling in, I'm guessing. We still have around for 35, 40 minutes for the match to
So
start.
as you guys can see that there is Sunil Singh is there. So he is one of the commentators of this match.
Yes.
He's just there. Here he is. Okay.
So
Yeah.
Dipto, what's your thoughts on today's game? You are there for a historic match. So before we let you go, and so that you can start your work there, I would like to know what are you thinking right now and how you feeling being there.
So this match, even though Sunil Chhetri said that this is for India's match, this is not for his match or his farewell. Even though he said that, but I have found fans while coming to the ground. I have found fans. They are coming only because of Sunil Chhetri. Of course, it is India's match, but most of the fans are coming for Sunil Chhetri. So people would like to see India win, and even Sunil Chhetri scores a goal, and India advance to the third round of the qualifiers. And so that would be actually fitting farewell for the legend. So we should expect best from him, best from the team, and he should perform better. And also we have the advantage because we know because we have played them 3 times in the last 1 year, and also India beat with India last game. That also in an away game. So that will not be. I mean, it's a win-win situation for everyone. Even India will be playing at the home condition. That is also a big advantage. And I mean, more than, we are expecting people are seeing 60,000 fans will be coming here and they will be caring for the team in 2023. So Indian players have said in the past, like Rahim Ali and all, they have said that they are all pumped up to perform for Sudhir Chhetri to make his last steps at the Salt Stadium memorable.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Sudipto, for that update from directly from Salt Lake Stadium in Kolkata. I know you are busy. You have to start working on the match, so we'll probably have to let you go. But before we let you go, one last question: what are your predictions for tonight's match?
So given the home conditions, I should expect India should win this match. And I have already said that every Indian player are pumped up. This is different condition. I mean, unlike other matches where you would play, you have to win the matches. But this is the match. All the other 10 players will be playing for Sunil Chhetri. Apart from the fact that they will be representing India and they are also in contention of going forward to the next round, which will be another history for Indian football. So keeping everything in mind, so India will have big advantage there. Even though they will be playing against Kuwait, which has a great height advantage, but we have to keep in mind that India defeated them already in the away formats when they visited Kuwait City in November.
Yes, absolutely. So that was Shudipto from Salt Lake Stadium, reporting live from there, showing us the pictures on inside the stadium right now. We are sure the stadium is going to be filled, absolutely filled with people by the time the match starts at 7 p.m. And for more around the match and live footage from the stadium itself, keep following us on our social media channels. We'll be posting all relevant updates there, and keep an eye on our website as well for all the articles and match updates. So thank you, Shudipto. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Yes. Coming back to the discussion that we were having, guys. The next question that I have for you is a little bit of, again, down the nostalgia route a little bit. क्या आप दोनों को क्या लगता है? Should Sunil Chhetri have played more in Europe? क्या that was that an opportunity missed when he actually went to play in Europe? Pritish, what do you think?
I think yes, opportunity missed. I don't think it was an opportunity missed, but I think we should give Sunil Chhetri the credits that okay, he at least tried. He at least had that that intention of going out of his comfort zone to play for reserves of a club or play for the second division team. He had a stint with Bury FC also, if I'm not wrong. So all of these things, all of these things uh, do indicate that yes, he should have played longer, probably in a second division, or for a smaller club. But I think at the end, when you look at it, Sunil Chhetri coming back to India, playing for Bengaluru, and Bengaluru winning I League in the first season, then coming to ISL winning it. That was also, that was creation of a club and a culture which we are going to talk about in the coming years. So, galvanizing people to ISL, that was also one thing that was required probably at that point of time. So, in hindsight, yes, definitely a missed opportunity, because Chetri playing in Europe would have opened, roads for other players also. But when you look back at it and when you look at the kind of start BFC made, and the kind of, in 10 years, the kind of culture they have, the fans they have. I think that's fine. That's fine now.
Yeah, also like Muskan mentioned, Sunil Chetri's tendency to score important clutch goals for India. So I just take it back to one of those moments when he proved that he was the first choice. I mean, the only choice when it came to an urgently required goal for India. In August 2007, when he clinched his first international tournament, which was the Nehru Cup, he scored again against Syria, and that was the first international trophy that he clinched for India. And then again in 2008, when he scored, like we mentioned, the hat trick against Tajikistan. And then after returning to India, he scored 4 goals in 8 matches, helping Churchill brothers win the top division title, the I League at that time, after 4 years. So all of these different teams that he played in, Bengaluru FC, like you mentioned, the first season he had a very nice, very good season for Bengaluru, which led them to the I League for that season. All of these different roles that he has played over the years in club football, in international football. There was a point where he was the deputy to Baichung Bhutia, because he was the captain and the star striker in the team. But then once Baichung retired, Sunil Chhetri came to the fore, and since then he has obviously been one of India's, if not India's best player. So coming back to Muskan and what we were talking about, Chetri as a person. So any particular insight that you can give us, any moment that stuck with you in terms of him as a person rather than only as a footballer, where he came across as a very genuine person to you as a fan?
आई थिंक एक होता है ना द रूटीन, जो जिस तरीके से वो उनका रूटीन फॉलो करते हैं, लाइक अगर वो फुटबॉल भी नहीं खेल रहे होते हैं तो लाइक बहुत रेयर वो चीट चीट डे करते हैं। और एक होता है उनका कि हाँ जिम में एटलीस्ट इतना वर्कआउट तो करना ही है। सो एक वो मोटिवेट करता है कि आप, क्योंकि उन्होंने बहुत ट्राई किया है फुटबॉल में, एक है ना इंडिया को बहुत अच्छा ही मतलब सुनील छेत्री की वजह से हम अदर कंट्रीज की भी बात करें तो एक इंडिया का फुटबॉल को रिकॉग्नाइज किया जाता है। तो वो मेरे लिए काफ़ी बड़ी चीज़ है। और एज अ पर्सन, एज अ लीडर, वो काफ़ी अच्छा रोल रहा है अभी तक। लाइक हम किसी भी दूसरे फुटबॉलर्स का इंटरव्यू भी देखेंगे तो उनका भी यही है कि वो काफ़ी सॉफ्ट स्पोकन है, काफ़ी अच्छी तरीके से जो भी प्रॉब्लम है वो उनके शेयर कर सकते हैं। सो एक लीडरशिप क्वालिटी होना, और एक होता है ना कि आप गो टू पर्सन इजीली आप बात कर सकते हैं, मेरे लिए वो सबसे ज़्यादा अट्रैक्टिव रहा है। और उनकी फिटनेस।
Yes, absolutely. One of the most fittest and most athletic players that India has ever produced across sports. Probably he's probably fit enough to play any sport, one could say. We'll take a couple of the comments now. Adarsh says Chetri is Team India. Yeah, it has been that way for 19 years now, but that is coming to an end. Really want Rishwin says really want Chetri to score a hat trick today, echoing Pritish's wish for tonight. He also wants to see a hat trick. Adarsh also says I wish he played more in Europe, even if it was in a third division club. It would have inspired other senior players to make the jump, and some foreign clubs to look into the Indian market. Yeah, I kind of agree there. I think he had the quality. That is the biggest regret I have, because I genuinely feel कि सुनील छेत्री के पास वो क्वालिटी थी कि वो एक एटलीस्ट एक इंग्लिश सेकंड डिवीजन या थर्ड डिवीजन साइड के लिए तो खेल ही सकते थे, especially because when he went to Portugal to play for Sporting Lisbon, he actually played decently well there. But due to, I mean, logistical issues and other stuff, he could not stay there for, or he could not bag an additional contract. But yeah, that's from the comments now. Coming back to what we were talking about, uh, so again, India's match against Kuwait, that's more important than probably Sunil Chhetri retirement, because after all it's India playing and India has the opportunity to move further in the World Cup qualifiers. But again, when a legend of the game retires on a match like this, that has to be talked about in greater light. So coming back to the India versus Kuwait match predictions, and this will be the final segment of our interaction today. What do you guys think? I know your hearts will be saying something and your minds will be saying something else probably, but आप लोगों का prediction क्या है आज के मैच के लिए? Let's start with Muskan.
या आई थिंक इंडिया के लिए डिफिकल्ट होने वाला है, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से अफगानिस्तान के अगेंस्ट इंडिया का परफॉर्मेंस था। बट एक होता है ना कि आज सबसे बड़ा मोटिवेशन है, हम साइड रख कर दें कि स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम है, बट आज है कि सुनील छेत्री के लिए आई थिंक सबका एक मोटिवेशन, सिंपल मोटिवेशन है कि आज सुनील छेत्री के लिए जीतना बहुत जरूरी है। और मेरा मतलब विश है कि सुनील छेत्री गोल करे और इंडिया जीते। वो भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि एक फाइनल उनके लिए और मेमोरेबल रहे।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। प्रीतिश।
I know it's little tough. ठीक है, मैं पहले बोल देता हूँ. My prediction will be out of the roof probably. But before I go to the prediction, I just wanted to like go back to one thing. So when I was in college and I was studying in Dehradun, so Dehradun has a good football culture, and we used to host a lot of India screenings. So I think like we made a chant at that point of time for Chetri, and it goes like, "Do you see that man? He has played over 100. He's our mighty own legend champion." And I will be shouting that today in my room, and I really want he goes and scores that hat trick and finishes it. Honestly, if you look at it, 100 goals are not that far, but that's just wishful thinking. So yeah, I think 3-1 for India today.
Yeah, for 100 goals, he has to score a double hat trick today. So that is probably not happening. But even then, we'll take one, we'll take two, we'll take anything that we can get. So yeah, that is my prediction as well. I think India will win today. It will. I think I have a feeling we will sneak a 2-1 victory, and Chetri will score the second goal, the winning goal, more importantly, like he always seems to do. But yeah, there's another comment that has come in. I can't watch this match today. A loss today could be the biggest defeat of our history, and I can't take it. Uh, I can sympathize with that emotion because a lot of fans are very emotionally involved with this team and this specific group of players, and which Chetri has led for quite some time now. And like Muskan said, I'm sure the entire team will be giving it their 200% today, not even their 100%, because it is a matter of giving a fitting farewell to a legend of the game and someone who has been the only person that we can count on for so long. And yeah, again, I think the right way to end this conversation would probably be to pick one person who can uh, hopefully take the mantle on from Sunil Chhetri. So I'll pick my pick first. I think that person might probably be Parthiv Gogoi. I know he's still very young, he's very raw, but he has had a wonderful ISL season, and I think he has that knack for goal, and he has a very important quality that Indian strikers don't tend to have apart from Chhetri. That is actually shooting at the goal. We build up, and we end up not shooting at goal very often. That has been the problem with the Indian team for so long. But Parthiv is someone who I think has a knack for the goal, and he also shoots a lot more than the other Indian strikers right now. So yeah, he would be probably my pick to take the baton on. Of course, a huge boots to fill, but yeah, that would be my pick. Pritesh?
I think I'll also go with Parthiv only. Parthiv, I have been tracking for past 1.5 year. Looks very promising, but we have seen promising before. So I really hope he gets more chance and to play in ISL. And as you mentioned, the best thing about him is he takes the chances. He goes for the shot. He goes for that shooting chance. So I think Parthiv is my pick also.
Muskan, do you have a personal preference? Ki one of the
नो
younger
नो,
players?
फॉर पार्थिव ऑल्सो, बिकॉज मैंने लाइक एक सुनील छेत्री और उन दोनों का कॉन्वर्सेशन देखा था ग्राउंड पर बैठकर। एक बहुत अच्छी तरीके से कॉन्वर्सेशन चल रहा था, तो वही मुझे हिट हुआ कि आई थिंक ही इज द वन, वो कर दिखाएंगे। एंड या
Great,
इंडिया
great.
जीत।
On that note, we'll end this live. Thank you guys for those who have joined us today, this evening, ahead of the match. Let's hope that India can pull it off for Sunil Chhetri one last time. And yeah, the lineups will be out soon, and you can follow all our coverage across our social media platforms and our website, thebridge.in. So stay tuned for a very exciting match, and let's hope for the best. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you so much.